Come on in, come on in. All black everything, all black everything. Come on in, tell a friend. Like you share, subscribe, thumbs up, like you hitchhiking. We back, power down. Beautiful jewels in here, just sharing with y'all some things that I think is very important and maybe helpful or useful to someone, if only one. Let's get it. Man, I gotta hold on real quick. One moment. I can just hear the weight on your hand and foot and shit. Oh man. Excuse my language, y'all. Let me get back to it. All right, now, sorry about that small intermission here. We'll get back to it. And I was saying, it's very powerful information in here. We're gonna get to it and through it and discuss a little bit afterward. Where we left off, it says, I love the Buddha's simple definition of enlightenment as the ending of suffering. There is nothing superhuman in that. Is there? Of course, as a definition, it is incomplete. It only tells you what enlightenment is not, no suffering. But what's left when there is no more suffering? The Buddha is silent on that, and his silence implies that you'll have to find out for yourself. He uses a negative definition so the mind cannot make it into something to believe in or into a superhuman accomplishment, as if everyone can't do it. A goal that is impossible for you to attain. Despite the precaution, the majority of Buddhists still believe that enlightenment is for the Buddha, not for them, at least not in this lifetime. You use the word being. Can you explain what you mean by that? That's a question posed. Being is the eternal, ever present one life beyond the myriad forms of life that are subject to birth and death. However, being is not only beyond, but also deeper than every form as its innermost, invisible, and indestructible essence. This means that it is accessible to you now as your own deepest self, your true nature. But don't seek to grasp it with your mind. Don't try to understand it. You can know it when the mind is still, when you are present, when your action is fully and intensely in the now. Being can be felt. It can never be understood mentally. To regain awareness of being and abide in that state of feeling realization is enlightenment. See, we as humans have been taught to that everything has to be, you know, understood by the mind. You got to learn that some things are not meant to be understood by the mind. It just things are what they are. And when you are in a state of being, you just have to be inside that state of being, not think about it, not believe in it. That's irrelevant. All that's irrelevant, I should say. Just be is another question. He says, when you say being, are you talking about God? If you are, then why don't you say it? And the author responds, the word God has become empty of meaning through thousands of years of misuse. I use it sometimes, but I do it so sparingly. By misuse, I mean that people who have never even glimpsed the realm of the sacred, the infinite vastness behind the word, use it with great conviction, as if they knew what they were talking about. Religion has a great deal to do with such. Every religion thinks theirs is the best. Their God is the only God, and the other ones can't be, don't exist, or are not worthy. It's the wrong thing to think, wrong way to think. Or they argue against it as if they knew it was, excuse me, as if they knew what it was that they were denying. This misuse gives rise to absurd beliefs, assertions, and egoic delusions such as my or our God is the only true God. See? And your God is false. Or Nietzsche's famous statement, God is dead. The word God has become a closed concept. The moment the word is uttered, a mental image is created. No longer perhaps of an old man with a white beard, but still a mental representation of someone or something outside of you. And yes, almost inevitably, a male someone or something. Neither God nor being, nor any other word can define or explain the infallible reality behind the word. So the only important question is whether the word is a help or a hindrance in enabling your experience, that toward which it points. Does it point beyond itself to that transcendental reality, or does it lend itself too easily to becoming no more than an idea in your head that you believe, a mental idol? The word being explains nothing, nor does God. Being, however, has the advantage that it is an open concept. It does not reduce the infinite invisible to a finite entity. It is impossible to form a mental image of it. Nobody can claim exclusive possession of being. It is your very essence, and it is immediately accessible to you as the feeling of your own presence, the realization I am that is prior to I am this or I am that. So it is only a small step from the word being to the experience of being. Ooh, that's heavy. Ooh, I said that that's heavy. Now that's heavy. So you learn about being and enlightenment again. So go ahead and practice it for yourself. Try just being in the moment. Do it, say take a minute out of the day, moment out of the day, just one. And try to just not try to just but just be. Meditate, take some deep breaths, however you choose to do it. But be silent for a moment and just be inside the moment. Leave all your thoughts, check them out at the door. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to learn how to turn your thoughts off. That's a very, liberating, uh, a very liberating thing that when you are learning or you have learned to not allow your monkey mind to rule you and you take control of it. So we're gonna leave it like that. We're gonna come right back. This is a new series of We've Been Lied to, and also slash Did You Know? Just doing my part, maybe something inside this book will help someone, even if it's only one. We'll take it gladly. Like it, share, subscribe, and thumbs up like you hitchhiking. Peace and love, bro. All black everything, think it's flight. Big dreams, many streams. We out. Peace and love.